Good morning. I-76 eastbound. Morning, John. Mile marker 175-ish. Coming up on Julesburg, Colorado. Made our delivery yesterday in Aurora, Colorado. We got assigned our next load. We're going to pick up a John Deere W235R swather and a head over in Wahoo, Nebraska. Well, that's about 500 miles roughly from Aurora, Colorado by road over near Omaha. Basically, almost due west of Omaha. So, like the load we were supposed to pick up down in Nome, Texas the other day, that load fell through, but we got basically an identical, load. So we're going to be about 13 foot wide. We'll be maybe a little bit, maybe around 13 foot tall, something like that. Maybe 14 foot tall. We'll have a head with it. So we're going to be using our outriggers. Yes, this one's a John Deere. The last one was a Case. This one's a John Deere. So I was not going to make it with the 2.5 hours I had on my clock. I was not going to make it to Wahoo, Nebraska to get loaded on Friday. Little bit on the impossible side. I had the opportunity to get there today by 11 a.m. to get loaded. They're open till noon, but where I stopped in Hudson, Colorado, here on I-76, I think exit 31, I believe it was. I could have got up a lot earlier and made my way on out and got loaded today, but I would not have been able to go anywhere. I would not have been able to get permits for this oversized load. 13 foot wide, tiny permits. I have not had the opportunity yet to go through the permit book for this truck. I know I don't have a permit here in Colorado. That's why I needed one. Blah, blah, blah. Just to get into the state with the last load. Yeah, the head, they got to detach the head because the head's going to be like 20, I think it's a 16 foot head. It's not a very big one, but 13 foot's wide enough. 16 would require escort. It's easier to take it off, put it long ways on the truck. It's just easier and safer to do it that way. So we're going to, like I said, picking it up today wouldn't do any good. I'd be stuck there with no services and whatnot. They're in Wahoo. Whereas I'm going to stay down the road a little bit at the Pilot Flying J there in Gretna. I'll have laundry, I'll have showers, I'll have water, toilet facility, so I'll have everything I need there. Whatnot. So that's where I'm headed right now. We're going to stop up here at Big Springs, Nebraska. Green beans, green beans. Well, see, that's one thing I learned when I started driving a truck and started hauling this type of equipment. A combine head, a swather head, every single crop has a different design of head because it's got to take into account what it's cutting, what it's separating, what it's harvesting. So a cotton head is very different from a corn head. Very different from a hay head. Very different from a millet head. Very different from a sugar beet head. Very different from a sunflower head. They all are very much engineered, designed, and built for the specific plant, specific crop. Because a head that harvests wheat, it has a very particular shape, very particular angles, and even though rice is still a grass, it still has the seed head, the individual seeds, the grain. Even though they're both grasses, they're both grains. What you need to harvest of one versus the other is very different. And in a wet grass or a wet rice harvesting head, I'm going to make the assumption it's very different from a dry rice head. So 9:31, we enter here into Nebraska. We're going to stop up here in about 6-7 miles at Big Springs. There's a Pilot Flying J right there. I'm sitting at about half a tank of diesel. Since it is the beginning of the month, the beginning of the month, every single day I want to fill up at least 75 gallons so I can maximize my reward points. If they're going to give me free money, I'm going to take advantage of it. So yesterday, when I filled up, I moved up to 2 points per gallon for the fill of diesel. Today, when I fill up 75 gallons, I'll move up to the next level of 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4. And then for the rest of the month, I will earn 4 points for every gallon that I fill up. So when I put 100 gallons in, I'll get $4 given to me for filling up them. Plus, every 50 gallons I fill up, I'll get 1 shower credit. And then when I fill 1,000 gallons in a month, I'll get a free shower every day for the next month. So all my free showers I get now are either a shower credit that I still have remaining or my shower power from last month. we're going to take advantage of that. I wish I could still use my reward points for the laundry, but they stopped that. I mean, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, you know, $2.50 for a wash for a load.
Take exit 107 on the right onto Nebraska 25 B-Link towards Big Springs.
Like $2.75 to $3 to drive. You know, I'd rather pay $0 than even $2. You know, $2.50. Like I said, we're going to pop in here. We're going to top up our fuel. Give me a cup of ice. I had me an orange juice, a little Minute Maid, single serving orange juice with some pulp in it. I like the pulp. I got a bottle of Fiji. I got a 1 liter bottle of Fiji water. Of the tornadoes, whatever they want to call them, the little enchilada type wraps, whatever they're called. I had a steak and cheese and a Southwest chicken. It's like, it was all right. It's satisfied enough. Last night I had a really disappointing pizza last night. There at Hudson, Colorado, right next to the Loves. Right next to the Loves, there's a Ben's, B-E-N-S, Ben's brick oven pizza, and it was just not, it really wasn't worth it. Yeah. I mean, like I said, tornadoes, they keep you alive. But it's not exactly what I wanted, you know. I would prefer
take the first exit on the right.
Some nice
Nebraska 25 B-Link.
A nice, firm, hard, russet potato, diced, fried to a nice golden brown in a combination of bacon fat and butter, lots of black pepper. Nice and golden brown, just soft on the inside, but still, fairly firm.
Turn at the first left onto Nebraska 25 B-Link towards Big Springs.
And then on top of that, in that same bacon fat and butter, fry me up about 5, maybe even 6 sunny side up eggs, with lots of black pepper on it as well. Throw a little salt on the potatoes, put the eggs on top, cut it up so that, the yolk breaks all over everything. That's the kind of breakfast I would prefer.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Circle Road.
Oh, no. Well, let me put it this way. I have a good recipe for a fairly decent, quick pizza dough, which was made by the TV chef Bobby Flay. I find it an easy recipe. It's one that works for me.
Turn at the first right onto Circle Road.
I can make a better pizza in my truck than I can get from almost anywhere. Alrighty. And Flying J Pizza is not exactly
your destination
not exactly appetizing. Well, you know what? Yeah, maybe Maybe that one lane is open, maybe. No. Now, the heck with that. I am not gonna sit here and wait for, all them trucks to get filled and out of the way. We'll just keep going down the road here a little bit. Yeah, we'll just go down the road a little bit. I got to have a tank. I can go down the road a little bit further. I really do not want to be wasting my time, waiting behind a whole group of other people. I mean, it's bad enough you got knuckleheads. Sign, no parking. Right here next to the scale. That's not a parking spot. Yet people are parking there anyway. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Truck drivers who just, for some reason, think they're entitled to do whatever they please. Yeah, so John, if you want a pretty easy pizza dough, I can't honestly say that's the most flavorful, but it's not too bad. A little extra salt here and there, or maybe mix in a little bit of garlic or whatnot into it. Adapt it to your taste. But no. It's not bad at all. I mean,
turn at the first right onto Circle Road.
No, we're not doing that. But just look up Bobby Flay, Flay. Look up that recipe. Like I said, for my taste, it's pretty dang good. There we go.
First left onto I-80.
Now, the only downside that I have, in this truck here, and the oven that I have, is that my oven will only go to 400 degrees. Now, a regular household stove, 550, maybe 600 on the broil setting.
Enter highway onto I-80.
Put it in the oven, top rack, right up next to the element or the burner. Thin crust. Do like I do it hot. You do it fast. Everything's at room temperature when you put it all together. You get it in. You blast it. You pull it out so it's smoking. A little bit of burnt pieces on there. Fantastic. It works pretty well. But like I said, this place here, they're in Hudson, right next to the Loves. It definitely was not worth the price. I ate it because I'm not going to just throw money down the drain. I ate 3/4 of it. Little side salad. All it had was lettuce and some croutons. Now that was $20, in my eyes, wasted. But see, you never know until you go to these places. You never know till you go somewhere how it's going to be. Now, here in Georgia, I-75, exit 283, Emerson, Georgia. Right across the street from the Love's truck stop, which were, when I stop by my sister's, that's where I go to. But right there's a place called Lake Point Station. They have a little video arcade and climbing wall and putt-putt, a bowling alley, and they have a yogurt, a frozen yogurt place there, and they have a little bar and grill called St. Angelo's. They make a pretty good pizza there for a little bar and grill. I've never been to, it's not perfect, but compared to everything else you're going to find in the area, it's pretty dang good. It's worth the money. But other than that, I mean, just like finding barbecued ribs or barbecue in general, a decent burger, a good Polish sausage, real, I'm going to qualify this, real Japanese food, like people will make it at home, like I make in the truck, that it's almost impossible to find the stuff that's worth it, So like here, I'm a Baltimorean, I'm a Marylander, by birth, that's what I am. I escaped Maryland because of the government. The stupidity of the Maryland Democrats and all the crap they've been doing. So, that's why me and my wife, we're going to be Montanans. Get up there where freedom and liberty and common sense has a halfway decent hold on things. The only reason I ever go back to Maryland, and specifically the Baltimore area, is for work. There are only 4 things that I will ever truly miss about Maryland. 1, a crab cake. A proper Chesapeake Bay, Maryland crab cake. There's no place in the world that makes a proper one. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what they, what their lobster rolls up in Maine or their stone crabs in Florida. Their shrimp etouffee over in Louisiana. Their Dungeness crab, in San Francisco all the way up to Seattle. Their fish out of Alaska. I don't care. A proper cake is a magical thing, and that only comes from Baltimore, Maryland, done correctly. Number 2, a snowball, crushed ice, big, large chunks of ice with good syrup on it, a large cherry snowball. That was always a summertime treat. That was always better than ice cream. I miss that. Number 3, Polak Johnny's Polish sausage. Now, up here in the Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa area, you have the Quick Trip, Quick Star, regional, stores. A great place for me to park the truck driver. They have a really, the best Polish sausage I've ever had in my life. Clements. K-L-E-M-M-E-T-T, I believe it is. That's simply the absolute best Polish sausage. Whenever I'm in the area and I can stop by Quick Start or Quick Trip and pick up a package, I do. I love those sausages. But Polak Johnny's is, in reality, it's a lesser, it's a number 2 Polish sausage. But it's number 1 in my heart for nostalgia reasons. The fourth and most important thing, the only reason I go back to Maryland for, is fried chicken from Royal Farms. If you've never had it, you're missing it. Simply the best fried chicken anywhere. Nobody does it better. And here's the thing, I hate to admit it, I cannot do better. I don't have a pressure cooker big enough. I have not found out the recipe and know exactly how to do it. When I was still in Maryland, I worked at Kimlawn, True Green Kimlawn, okay? I did that for 15 years. Worked at that company. At that company. And I want to say this so there's no mistaking it. This is not an exaggeration. This is not hyperbole. This is not, well, he's just kind of putting us on. I mean this literally. Every single day I worked, and I typically worked 6 days a week, especially in the summertime. Spring, summer, fall, I worked 6 days a week most of the time. Every single day. While I was out taking care of people's lawns, taking care of their trees and shrubs, every single day, I would stop by a Royal Farm store. I would stop and take my lunch, or even just a snack break. Even if I ate lunch somewhere else, I would stop for a snack break, sometime during the day. I would get my 3-piece dark meal from Royal Farms. Get my fried chicken. Now, 2 thighs, or a thigh and 2 drumsticks. I would get typically 2 extra drumsticks added into it. A large Western fry. And a Western fry in the Maryland, Chesapeake area means potato wedges. The best potato wedges ever. And I'm still a Marylander, so when I walk in, I ask somebody for potato wedges, and I say, oh, let me have some of the Western fries. They look at me like I'm weird. Well, I may be, but that's what we call it. On top of that, there's a potato roll. Along with a Pepsi. That's one of the most fantastic meals I could ever have. See, John, we're walking on thin ice there. I would like to say I'm a bit of an aficionado when it comes to fried chicken. The Vikings had that. You put them in a boat with their armor and their sword, and you lit it on fire, and you sailed it out down the river. No, when I die, I want to be deep fried along with a big mess of fried chicken and buried that way in a Royal Farms casket. That's the perfect way to go off into the sunset. Alcoholics have an alcohol-blood ratio, or a blood alcohol ratio. I have a Royal Farms fried chicken grease to blood ratio. Right? Let's just say I've eaten my share of fried chicken. I've eaten your share of fried chicken. I've eaten the entire state of North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, California's share of fried chicken. Now, I've never actually had Crispy Crunchy yet. I've had Chester's. I've had Church's. I've had KFC, Popeyes, Albertsons, grocery store. I've had Publix grocery store. I've had my own. I've had family members. I've had friends. I'm sorry. Hey, Lucinda, how you doing? Brad, how you doing? So, when it comes to fried chicken, I'm a pretty snobby, picky person. I ain't ever had a fried chicken as good as Royal Farms. Now, here's the kicker. The last time I was back in Maryland, I picked up at the Port of Baltimore. I got back out to Hagerstown. Hagerstown, Maryland is out to the west. There's a Pilot Flying J on I-81 and I-70, and there's another one on I-70. Well, the one on I-70, the last time I was there before, there was nothing. They were building something. I thought it was going to be another gas station, next to the Pilot Flying J. The last time I was in Maryland, I was craving my fried chicken. I couldn't get to another Pilot or another Royal Farm because it was either way out of the way or I couldn't physically get the truck in. Well, turns out they put a Royal Farms smack dab next to that Pilot Flying J in Hagerstown. And boy, was I happy. So like I said, there's very few places that I've found as a truck driver worth eating at. Worth spending my money on to have somebody else make a meal versus me making it myself. Like I said, they're in Emerson, Georgia, right across the street from the truck stop. St. Angelo's makes pretty good pizza. Everything else is kind of, your typical bar and grill. There was a Japanese restaurant there, not too far away from my sister's. That was okay, but they closed down. Supposedly they're open up a little bit at some other place, but I don't know. Stony Creek or Stony River Steakhouse, very great quality, worth the price. Royal Farms fried chicken, Quick Start, Quick Trip. That's always a great place to go. Culver's. If you've never had a Culver's cheeseburger, quote unquote butter burger, one of the best burgers you can have out there. I mean, Arby's, like them or hate them, they actually make a pretty decent fish sandwich when they have it on the menu. BNSF Railways. I didn't know they had a trucking fleet for transportation. Huh. You learn something every day. This truck stop right here, right next to this, where there's Walmart here, where all these trucks are parked. Not really a truck stop, but a lot of trucks parked in the back of it. that is a rough place to park. I mean, potholes that swallow your truck. I did that once. I'll never do that again. I'll go to the Sapp Brothers. I'll even go to this TA before I go there. Like I said, for the most part, being on the road like I am and still being able to cook the way I want to cook, with modern technology and the tools that we have, and having an inverter, having a propane, camp stove, having a pressure cooker, having an oven and microwave, and a bread maker, a pasta maker, having things like that on the truck is. There's no excuse for me as a truck driver not to eat as healthy as I can. There's times where I'm just not in the mood. I'm too tired, too late. It's too much work to do something. So, and then, unfortunately, more often than not, I'm disappointed with the quality that I find with restaurants. Like I said, the people inside that bins, wood fire, brick oven pizza, they were nice, they were pleasant, they were professional, good service. But the pizza itself, I mean, there was a Godfather's Pizza, little pre-made pizzas in a hot box there in the Loves, but and it's kind of hard to say which is worse. I mean, the Godfather's Pizza, I could have got 2 of those things and been more satisfied with them for almost the same price. I mean, $20 was a bit of a waste of money. That's one of the places I'm never going back. I think the last place that was new to me, the absolute last place that was new to me that I went to the very first time was down there in Greenville, Georgia. Way down south near Bainbridge, Georgia, Greenville. There was a sort of a more of a local regional chain called the Rusty Pig. I mean, it smelled good from the outside, and the food was good, the service was good. That's one of those places that if I'm near a Rusty Pig, I'm going back. I'm going to go back to it. Otherwise, like I said, I'll make barbecue ribs in the truck. In the pressure cooker for almost an hour. Then put it up in the oven for about 20 minutes to put a nice glaze of sauce on there. A little bit of a char on it, give it some real good color. You have a good one there. Have a good day, John. So like I said, I did that. I had that pizza last night. A little bit of salad last night. I do not have any more ground beef. I don't have any chicken or anything else like that. So tonight I'm just going to do a vegetable curry, celery, onion, carrot, a nice curry sauce on it, on top of some rice. That's going to be my dinner tonight. I will not be going shopping for anything until next weekend. The accident on May the 19th has kind of, shortened our paycheck this last week. So, we got to be a little bit more frugal, a little bit reserved in what I spend for food. I mean, yesterday was kind of a treat, but that was the last of my quote-unquote allowance. So I have plenty of stuff on the truck. I have celery, onion, carrot. I have garlic, mustard, ketchup, Miracle Whip, Italian dressing. I have curry. I have curry paste. I have rice. I have pasta. I have oatmeal. I have flour to make bread if I want to. Well, I don't have any yeast, so that kind of leaves that out, maybe. I have ramen. So, I have more than enough on the truck. Yeah, I want some meat. I want some chicken. I want some pork. I want to have all that stuff on the truck too, but it won't kill me not to have the luxury stuff. But like I said, it's not a big deal. 12 days of actually doing nothing, not earning a paycheck because of the accident, that's hard. That impacts us a little bit too much. All right. I will stop in Elm Creek.
Dirt road en route.
At the Pilot Flying J there. That's where I'm going to top up my fuel. North Platte is a whole lot, is about half again as close. But I do not like stopping at that place. Well, see, Brad, the normal just being sensible with money, that applies all the time. But when you're not able to work and earn, and at the very same time, your expenses go up because the food that was in my refrigerator, that's at least $75, $80 worth of food in there that was gone. Refrigerator shut down, getting warm, things in there just rotting away. Nothing I can do about that. 2, being forced to eat out. Even just one meal a day is expensive. So just for one meal across the street from where I was in Shorter, Alabama, let's see, I had a Charlie's cheesesteak next to me. There was a McDonald's and a Subway there at the Loves across the street from the hotel. There was a Burger King and a Popeyes, right next door to the Loves. So my choice choices were not exactly great. Roller dogs, salads I don't like, pre-made microwave stuff, little Hormel chili or Dinty Moore, or like a beef soup, or a chunky soup, or a little instant packed ramen cups. I didn't want Popeyes. I had Burger King one day, a chicken sandwich there. McDonald's one day, burger and fries. Hot dogs and whatnot from the Loves. Some wings from the Charlie's Cheesesteak, and that were so disappointingly bad, it was ridiculous. And all the rest of the time, the 5 days I was there, the rest of the time, I had Subway. Disgusting. After a while, it's like, no, I just can't do that anymore. I'd rather starve. And so, once I got back up to company headquarters, I got all my stuff into this truck, headed down the road. I stopped, to pick up a few things. And it wasn't much. It was enough for a little over a week. Dang bird hit my truck. Yeah, bird ran into the side of my truck. Dang it. So like I said, right now I have more than enough to do what I need to do. And like I said, when next week comes around, we actually get our next paycheck. I can take a little bit of money and plan out my meals like I always do, figure out what I'm going to eat, what each meal requires, and how much. Then I'll be good till the rest of the month. Now I won't need to buy anything except maybe one or two little fresh vegetables, all the way until July. But for now, like I said, what I have on the truck, I'll make do with. I said tonight I think I'm going to do a vegetable curry tonight. Tomorrow I think I'll do a ramen. And I should be able to get some hard-boiled eggs. I have onion. I have carrot. If I can pick up a little bit of ham or roast beef, I might put that in there. I have noodles. I have my soup base. I have soy sauce. I have my seaweed. So I have stuff that I can put into a ramen. I have a few things I can pick up if needs be, so it won't be too bad. So that's 2 meals right there without even trying. I have some apple cinnamon oatmeal. I can make a meal out of that without issue. And I have some emergency food, which I have in my emergency bag. Macaroni and cheese. And I think kind of like a beef stroganoff thing, I think. Or a beef and macaroni type thing. I don't ever really want to touch that unless it's absolutely necessary. said, once I'm able to go to the store, really plan my meals out, then we can go from there. And I still have some of these Amana beef sticks. I believe I picked up in where did I pick these up at? I think I picked these up in either in Iowa or Illinois. I forget where I picked this up at, but these are okay. They satisfy. They're kind of like a Landjaeger, stick, but not as spicy. These are a little bit softer. But they're better than candy bar, better than some potato chips or whatnot. My vitamins and minerals. I have a protein powder drink, and some very other supplements I can put in there. I have my fiber drink. I have my vitamins and minerals and supplements. So I have enough of a gut that I'm not going to starve to death anytime soon. Would I really like to have a nice thick, New York strip steak right by now, and a big old baked potato, and some lima beans? Oh yeah, I would. I definitely would, my friends. I definitely would. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. So as of the moment, we got 110 miles to Elm Creek. So we're going to top up our fuel. I'm going to give me a cup of ice. Then we got about 180 miles. Yeah, just about 180 miles to Gretna, Nebraska. Get in there, we'll stop for the night. I think I have a load of laundry I could do. I wish this Chevy SUV would not be tailgating me. There's absolutely no reason for that, knucklehead. So we get the laundry done. I'll do some cleaning. I'll try to do a little bit more organizing to get kind of get settled into the truck a little bit better. Monday morning, we'll head over to Wahoo, Nebraska. Go pick up our John Deere 235R swather and a 16-foot wide head. We'll get our,
time zone.
we'll pick that up, we'll get our permits. So we just lost an hour on the day right there, entering into Central Time Zone. So now it's 11:20 a.m. instead of 10:20 a.m. Like I said, Monday we'll get our swatter picked up, get our permits. We're heading up to Jamestown, North Dakota. So almost basically due north. What we're probably going to do is we're going to run over to we'll run over to Omaha. Since we're right there anyway. Get on I-29, take it up to Sioux City, Sioux Falls. Take that follow that all the way up to Fargo, there in North Dakota. We'll get on I-94, take that due west, straight out to Jamestown. And where we are delivering to is right at the corner of 281 and I-94. That'd probably be the fastest way to get there. So then we'll deliver that on Tuesday. Then the most likely, the highest percentage of what's going to happen is most likely I'll run back to Fargo to pick up something there. But whatever happens, happens. Kind of forced this weekend to sit because I won't be able to get permits. I'm not going to be able to get loaded anyway. So there we go. But other than that, same old, same old. So I think I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of the day as I can. I want to say thank you to everybody who joined me today. Listen to me ramble on with my nonsense. Why you come back to listen to me blather on, I don't know. You got to be probably more crazy than I am. But there we go. Keep all the crazy people in one little bunch. Protect society that way. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to turn on some music or audio book or a podcast. Enjoy the ride. And I'm going to say thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll talk to you later.